evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jacqueline Fernandez. We're going to get right into our top 6 headlines at 6. Breaking tonight, a former Seward County deputy accused of manslaughter for the death of a Hastings man found not guilty this afternoon. Prosecutors claimed Anthony Gann unlawfully fired 35 shots, killing Jorge Luis Santana Ramirez. After a high-speed chase on I-80, Gann claimed he saw a knife in Santana Ramirez's hand. The defense said Gann's response was justified due to a reasonable belief of a threat. An autopsy confirming the human remains found in Saunders County last week are those of a Stromsburg couple who disappeared in early January. They're on your screen. Police confirm the bodies found were that of 26-year-old Hannah Neville, her unborn child, and her husband, 27-year-old Roberto Tanner. 6 people are charged in the couple's death. Another partial government shutdown is all but certain after lawmakers left Washington with no funding deal in place. This shutdown will only impact the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats want reforms to ICE in exchange for their support on the DHS funding bill. Republicans calling many of those reforms non-starters. Police are looking for this woman. This is a crazy story for you. She's all caught on camera doing this, allegedly, I should say, setting fire at a warehouse in Kansas City last night. The video captured by a news crew reporting on the cancellation of a deal to sell the building to the federal government, reportedly for a detention facility. The woman was gone by the time police arrived. If you can identify her, call police. In Council Bluffs, police tracked down a man who ran away from police. This guy, they found him hiding in his own home. Marcus Colanino ran off while police patted him down wearing handcuffs. Police searched his parents' home for him and found him hiding in the attic, still wearing those cuffs. Colanino was wanted for assault in Saunders County. The Omaha Fire Department remembering one of their own on your screen now. They told us about the passing of Captain John Olson. OFD says Olson served Omaha as a firefighter for more than 2 decades. The department says he died at 50 after a fight with cancer.